People, let me tell you the story of a great and once proud show that was on Cartoon Network back in the days. It was called Teen Titans, and it was a wonderful, funny, and classic show. The main theme was sung by Japanese pop band duo Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi, or just Puffy in general. And it was like watching Batman the Animated Series or Superman the Animated Series. It was truly, truly wonderful. It had a great cast of characters and even had some good villains of the week mixed in. And it was nicely presented with great stories, plots, and even tones at times, which weren't afraid to touch on serious topics that we, as people, experience in the real world. And the comedy was simply tasty too, like biting into that nice slice of Papa John's or Domino's pizza. Dare I say it was a masterpiece. Even with the little nooks and crannies and maybe even cracks in it, it was simply beautiful. Characters like Robin the Boy Wonder, Raven, the Sorceress, Starfire the Alien Princess, Beast Boy the Shapeshifter, and Cyborg the half-man, half-human warrior, and villains like Slade and Cinderblock and Plasmus and Mad Ma, to even name a few. Truly, the episodes were simply wonderful, and the little comedy bits were amazing. I loved that show. It was truly wonderful. But then, that was all over when the show was cancelled back in 2006. Because things change, and it was supposedly time for a change. And then the show got later replaced by this abomination that was Teen Titans Go. They called it Teen Titans Go. The intro was a remixed version of the theme, and they chibified our beloved characters, giving them big heads and little mouths and small bodies. Chibified works on some occasions when it comes to many characters, but this was the whole entire thing of the show. It was this attempt at comedy. And all the action, drama, and tones that the original show had, it wasn't there. It wasn't there, ladies and gentlemen. They used fart jokes and overinflated egos for the characters, and overused memes, and toddler yet childish humor, and dare I say even pee-pee childlike humor that they dare say is Teen Titans, but it is not. No, it is not, my friends, my fellow peeps. It is not humorous. They took our beloved characters and turned them into toddlers. Dare I say, this whole entire thing should be called Toddler Titans Go instead. In fact, I remember an episode or two where they took original Teen Titans footage and they gave it the Teen Titans Go, or dare I say, abridged humor that they present on a daily basis. Is this really what we're supposed to be subjugated to on a network known as the Cartoon Network? Is this meant to be funny? This is all we have of Teen Titans now. We don't have anything else because they don't do reruns of the show on Boomerang, and Boomerang is now a graveyard from many cartoons. Just like how they moved Sonic Boom onto a Boomerang, and even that Mega Man Fully Charged cartoon. This is all we have. We don't have anything else. They don't even do original reruns anymore. Why would they make this show? How could they make this show? I actually watched some of the show when it came on, and I soon later learned that this is an entity of its own. But we're supposed to really watch this because they marathon it a full day or something like that? And even my niece and nephews watched it with me one time because they had finished their homework from school one time when they were over here. And it was funny for a little bit, but then afterwards I started to notice how ridiculous and stupid it was and all the cracks that were in it. And believe it or not, they said they would actually rather watch the original. They wanted to watch the original back then because they didn't care for it. They loved the original, and they did not like these characters with how they were presented. Characters like Robin with his overinflated ego and I am the best and you should listen to me personality and ego. Or Cyborg and Beast Boy and how they turned them into idiots. And this one episode about responsibility, but we'll get back to that later. But if kids can say that they'd rather watch the original show over this newfangled show that they're presenting to us, then I think that means that networks are doing something that is clearly wrong if kids don't find this stuff appealing. This also applies to Powerpuff Girls 2016, that big mess of a dumpster fire that was full of memes and overused jokes, but we'll get back to that later too one day. That show will have its day in the sun with me, I promise you. They say we're getting blinded by nostalgia when it comes to these things, or we are getting upset over something that's clearly made for children or babies, but no! Kids deserve better than the programs than this to watch on TV. Kids are not stupid these days. Come on. They're better than this. They deserve better programs. But if this is all they're being presented with, then what the hell? Even I had better programs and shows back then for us as kids back in the late 80s to 90s to 2000s that I grew up with, and they were great. They were funny, they were appealing, but if you watch a show and it's appealing doesn't last, then you know that it's not worth it. You can watch a show and maybe find it funny for a bit, then you keep watching it and you see it loses its appeal, then that means it's not worth watching anymore. And like I said, they say we're clearly being blinded by nostalgia or getting upset over something made for babies. Well, I say no! Hell no! If the appeal isn't there, then why the hell are we still watching it? Why are they still showing it? Who wants to watch an episode of this cartoon when all they see is nothing but waffles in it? Or an episode where responsibility is a forbidden word and they keep downsizing all the characters at the end, and the ending is really abysmal in the end. Or an episode where the title is misleading and they bring in a clown and they change it into something that it is not. To that I say, what the ever-living hell is this? Or even an episode where Cyborg is stuck in a grandmama mode and he keeps talking like a grandmama and he won't shut the ever-loving hell up! What the hell? Or them fighting with Santa Claus on a holiday special when they clearly need to be showing Christmas specials, which are good and funny and appealing. Yet instead on Christmas, they actually did a marathon of the whole cartoon, and that's all they did. They even showed some of the Christmas specials of Teen Titans Go, and it was abysmal. Is this really what is supposed to be taken as funny? Is this supposed to be popping and locking in the streets for us kids these days? I'm not a kid, I'm 34, but yeah. But is this really supposed to be what's popping and locking in the streets? Is this meant to be humorous? Hey, Lord T-Rex! What do you have to say about this?
Is this meant to be humorous?
Well, I say no. It isn't, peeps. It isn't. It is not funny. Maybe it was funny for a little bit, but then we see how egregious and abysmal and, dare I say, cringe-inducing it is. There was even an episode dedicated to them using a giant Titans robot to fight a giant robot, and Robin was stuck as the left or right leg, and he wanted to be the big man in charge, and he ended up saving the day with the right leg. And I'm like, really? Or an episode dedicated to using the toilet and doing the pee-pee dance. No. No, 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 no. This is not how you do it. This is not how you do comedy. It may seem funny, but you look at it and it's clearly not. No, fuck them! This is not funny. In the episode, all the toilets on Earth leave, so they're all stuck doing the pee-pee dance. But the worst thing that they did was a crossover with the even more worser Powerpuff Girls 2016 show. And that show deserves a special place in the dumpster for what it did to our beloved Powerpuff Girls, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, and even the other characters and villains of the show. And then there was the dumpster fire that was Thundercats Roar. And you can see right here, I'm allergic to bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. I'm allergic to bullshit. Thundercats Roar was also an attempt at comedy. They cheapified all our characters, even the villains, and Lionel showed up in that one promo episode to help promote Thundercats Roar. They even made references to the 2011 show, which was part of a Saturday afternoon animation block, which was really cool. But then, during the special, Lionel said the most pathetic, abysmal, and downright insulting thing ever. And even if it was played for comedy, I say, no, once again, fuck them! That's not Lionel. That was not Lionel. That was not the main character I grew up watching on the original Thundercats, which was a part of my ever-loving childhood thanks to Toonami and Cartoon Network back in the past. And the worst thing that he said during that special was Thundercats Roar should be treated warmly into the family in a welcome addition, and if we disliked it and didn't care for it, then, quote unquote, we are all stupid poopy heads with stupid poopy headed opinions. To which my mouth dropped, and I'm like, that is not Lionel! I don't care what anyone says! That is not Lionel! No! Cartoon Network? Are you serious? Have you forgotten the great legacy that you made with some of these older shows being shown on your network back then? Yeah, it's true some of them were in the 80s to the 90s and even maybe the 70s, but these shows helped bring you into the warm light. And this is how you treat the fan base? Is this really how you do it, Cartoon Network? Even when it came into the later 2000s, they ran the network into the ground with some of the shows that they did. They still showed some good shows, but they took Toonami off, ladies and gentlemen, which I'll never forgive them for. But they did bring back Toonami, but nowadays, I don't even care to watch Toonami now. I'll watch some of the stuff that they present to us on Crunchyroll, Funimation, or even WatchCartoonForever.com. That's how I watch my anime nowadays. They ran this network into the ground by marathoning Teen Titans Go so much it's unwatchable. Same for things like Apple and Onion, which I don't find appealing. Uncle Grandpa, which deserves to be thrown into an active volcano with poured gasoline on and burn away for all eternity. Seriously. You ran the network into the ground just like Nicktoons TV. That network is a dumpster fire for old school Nick cartoons too. And it's not appealing. This show is so abysmal. And I hope you understand the hatred I have toward this show. I hope you understand. You don't marathon a cartoon to death on a network. Otherwise, it loses its appeal. Your network is supposed to have variety in it. You're supposed to have more fun-loving shows on it. You're supposed to have better programs than this. And I'll never forgive Cartoon Network for when they did the CN Real thing, where they tried to show live action shows on the Cartoon Network. That one movie that got a spin-off show out of Jimmy's head. What the hell were they thinking when they made that show? Parents, if you're watching this, please mind what your kids watch, because people will put out the most egregious, abysmal, and downright insulting stuff ever on TV just to get kids to watch it. And dare I say, that alone is sad. Even on YouTube. And now the phone is ringing, but I'm going to ignore it. Fuck the phone! One cartoon does not make a network great. You need more variety. You need something more appealing. You need less flavor and more flavor, ladies and gentlemen. And if you do a marathon of this cartoon on Christmas and it doesn't even show Christmas episodes, then you're an idiot. You're an idiot. But now, I hope you understand the hatred I feel toward this evil Teen Titans Go show. Now you know, ladies and gentlemen. It's not funny. It's abysmal. And I hate it. They took our beloved show and turned it into this cheapified comedy show, even had a crossover with the original Teen Titans, because in the post-credits scene of Teen Titans Go to the movie, spoiler alert, the Teen Titans said they found a way back. To which I said, oh, thank goodness. But it turns out it was just a promo for Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go. And to that I say, boo. It's true they get great casts of characters to do the voices for these characters. And even though the cast said they like doing Go, and we should all shut their faces, I'll go, hey, that's you guys. You do what you do, is what you like. Markiplier, you do you, and I'll do me, and we won't do each other. Probably. Markiplier, Five Nights at Freddy's. But I hope you guys understand the hatred I feel toward this evil Teen Titans Go show and Cartoon Network as a whole. Now you know. And knowing is half the battle, peeps. Okay. All joking aside and everything, I'm not a fan of this cartoon. I couldn't get into it when I watched it with my nieces and nephews. And I just found it unappealing, like I said in my little rant a while ago. And it's just not for me. And it's true Cartoon Network has run this whole entire thing to the ground, to which I say, you need to do better as a network, CN, because it's not worth it anymore. I don't even watch it. I don't watch Cartoon Network anymore. I don't even really watch TV anymore. I'll watch some of the old school game shows that they have on Buzzer or Game Show Network. I'll have that in the background if I'm doing a video or reading or something, and it just feels better for me because Cartoon Network as a whole just isn't worth watching anymore. And they're thinking about turning it into preschool channel like Nickelodeon did with Nick Jr. And to that I say, I don't think that's gonna work, you guys. Just make another channel where you do something like a preschool thing like Nick Jr. or Disney Jr. That would be a bit more better. To that I say, Cartoon Network, no. CN, no. And to be truthful, like I said a while ago, I actually tried to watch some of Thundercats Roar when it came out, and it wasn't really good, you guys. It was bad. It was a show on its own entity, but it just wasn't that good. And same for Teen Titans Go and Powerpuff Girls 2016. And the bad part about it is I'm not looking forward to that whole entire live-action Powerpuff Girls show. I actually looked at the leaked script online, to which I say they're basically shitting on Craig McCracken's creativity, just like some people did with Lauren Faust's appeal for My Little Pony, and I find better stuff to watch on TV, you guys. I'm sorry, but it doesn't work. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna marathon a cartoon, and then do it right. Don't just marathon it day after day and run it into the ground like they're doing with Teen Titans Go, and just don't do that. Just don't. Some reboots can work, some do not. And this does not. Hey, if you're a fan of the show and everything, hey, kudos to you. You do you, I'll do me, and we won't do each other. Probably, okay? But, yeah. This was just a comedy bit I decided to do because I had to get it off my chest. And yeah, so, you don't have to take this thing too seriously. But if I, touched upon a few serious points for you guys during this video, I hope it got to you. But anyway, I'm done, you guys. And don't let Teen Titans Go break into your house and tell you need to watch us. For we are the now true Teen Titans. And come into your house and tell you, we are the true Teen Titans. You should watch us. We appeal to you. And if you don't, we'll shoot your dog. Yeah. Don't let them do that. Don't let them do that. I'm done, you guys. Thanks for watching. Teen Titans!